What's going on, everybody? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you all of the equipment that I pack for a major shoot. Whether it is photography or videography, I like to pack all of these things. I like to remember that it's not just a camera that goes into something like this. It's also the equipment that I take as well. You never know what's going to be thrown at you, so I like to have all of this stuff on standby just in case. So, let's get into it. The very first thing that I like to pack is my SD card holder. I'm a forgetful person. I will forget these. These are the most important thing. So in the camera right now, I have a 256 gigabyte SanDisk, but in this holder, I have a 64 gigabyte, a 16 gigabyte, and another 64 gigabyte. Different speeds, different stuff. I want my camera to focus. So it's going to do that right now. So, this holder is a lifesaver. It has different features. It holds a full-size SD card as well as some micro SD cards underneath the main SD card. Don't like to forget this. It is most important. I actually have an AirTag on the way to tape this, so if I do lose it, I can find it. So the second thing I like to pack is my lights. These are just two very basic LED lights. I have one right there as well as one right there. And there's my tripod that I usually use while filming. But these are amazing lights. So on the back they have a display, shows you the battery level, the percentage that you're at, as well as the heat or the coolness of the lighting, and on the side just has a little scroll wheel that adjusts that lighting as well as the temperature. So this next thing that we're going to talk about is very important for traveling, especially if you're on an airplane or going a long distance, and it is an off-brand Pelican case. This one is the Apache brand. I got it from Harbor Freight. I spent maybe about $45 on it, and trust me, it's as good as a Pelican case. I use one for my GoPro, and this is where my money would go. So some features I really like about it is it has a handle right there on top, as well as two places on it, one right there and one right there, to put a lock on it in case I am traveling like on an airplane or somewhere where my things might get stolen. I can put a lock on it and I feel a lot safer. So let's open this up and see all the stuff that I put inside of it. So inside the case, I have just a few things. I have a backup camera. This is a Nikon D3100. I primarily use it for photography. I would not recommend it for videography. We'll get into some more of the video stuff that I take in a little bit for backups. Over here, I have the kit lens that came with the D3100, as well as an ND filter on it. And then down here, I have my 50mm 1.8 focal stop, and that is the primary lens that I use on this camera, but there are some other uses for it, which leads us into this last thing right here in this box, and I really want to talk about that, so let's get into it. This box has an incredibly useful tool in it that I love to use all the time, and it is an adapter that looks like this, and it doesn't have any glass through it or anything. It's hollow, but the incredibly useful feature of this is that it allows me to connect my Sony E-mount lenses to my Nikon lenses. So that way, instead of having to spend money on another 50mm 1.8 focal stop lens, I don't have to. I can just pop this adapter on it and use that 50mm on my Sony with no problems. So one thing I have noticed is that it does affect the lighting a little bit. It is significantly darker. It's an amazing tool to use for portraits outside or in a very well lit area, even in this environment where I have two lights right there blasting at 100%. It still is just very dark, but it's a wonderful tool to have for outdoor shoots or somewhere maybe in like a sunroom, somewhere that has a lot of that natural light just flowing in. You can never have too many power adapters. This one is for my Sony camera. I only have one battery for it right now, but it can last me all day. I've never had any issues with it dying very quickly. I've been filming this video for maybe about an hour now, and I'm only at 91%. Works amazing, love it, have no problems with it. For my Nikon, the batteries are a little bit older because it's an older camera. That's okay, but I always carry around two just in case. They deplete a lot quicker than my Sony, but this dual charges them. It actually charges them at the exact same time instead of charging one, then going to the next. It charges with just a micro USB. Like I said, dated. Wish it was USB-C, but don't have any issues. I don't mind carrying around an extra cable sometimes, but I have this charger just for them. The next thing that I like to pack in my bag with me is a phone mount, and this actually has a SmallRig cold shoe mount on the bottom of it so I can mount it to my camera. The reason why I like to have this on my camera is because I have an app on my phone as well as on my iPad that connects to my camera. It is called Monitor Plus, and it is one of the nicest things that I've decided to download and purchase a small cold shoe mount for. It allows me to have a much bigger monitor on my camera to be able to focus a little bit better and see some things that I might not normally see on the normal monitor that comes on the camera. One of the downsides to this is it can make my camera a little bit too heavy, but that's just something that's fine. Usually I have the camera mounted to a tripod when using it, so I don't do a whole lot of handheld work while having my iPad, but that's also why I have my phone to be able to mount to it as well. The next thing to show you on my list is a good book bag. So I got this one about a year ago, and it has been extremely handy. So it has a big open area right here on the top for you to store any loose items, things that you might want to have just right on top to grab, as well as a computer holder right here on the back. It zips up and then that folds over and clips. On the bottom right here on the front, if you unzip that, it has compartments. These are all Velcro that you can store, size, everything that you need to put camera, lenses, batteries, whatever you might need. It'll fit right here, and you can just change the size of these so it makes sure. And my light went out. Oh no. Hold on, we'll make this work. Turn the office lights to 100%. All right, that'll work. Back to what we were talking about. Storage compartments, they're great. You can store whatever you want to in there. Mostly cameras, lenses, anything you might need to get while you're on the go. So on the side, it actually has a little holder for water bottle, tripod, anything you might need, but it also has some more zippers so you can quickly access some things on the inside of your storage if you need to. Now on this side, it actually does have a tripod holder right there with a strap that'll go around it and clip on so it won't fall out. I would 10 out of 10 recommend this being one of the main things that you get when going and purchasing camera equipment, things to help you out on a shoot. And my second light just went off. Wonderful. Hold on again. Alright, so I just bumped up the ISO on my camera. We're going to make this work. So 10 out of 10 would recommend for someone to purchase this as one of the first things that you need to get things to where you need to go. This works great for travel. Like I said, I've used this as a carry-on bag on an airplane. I just took out all the camera equipment, put that under the airplane, and put my clothes in this. That way I could take less. So this item is fairly new, but it has earned a spot on every single photo shoot that I'm going to do, but mostly video. And it is inside this bag right here. So let me get it out for you. So this is a DJI Mini 2 SE drone, and it's a pretty good beginner drone to have. I've flown a few other drones before, but whenever I was wanting to get one for myself, I wanted to make sure everything was going to be safe. easy to fly, and everything that a beginner would need, and this has definitely checked all of those boxes. In the bag, it comes with the drone, it comes with a controller that my phone mounts onto, and then the drone connects to the controller and the controller connects to my phone, and it has worked amazing. I'm going to show you some test footage right now. So the drone has, like I said, earned a spot in my bag for any shoot that I'm going to go on. I love it. It's amazing, and I would love to just have it whenever I need to have it. That way, if it comes up, I have it, and I can always get some really nice shots with it. A plus side is it comes with a really great bag with a strap. I wear it like across the chest, like a crossbody bag, and it's easy to get in and out and really quick to set up. I think I've got it down to about 2 minutes to get everything set up and the drone in the air. So I mentioned this one in a different video, but this is my DJI gimbal that I have for my phone, and it has a lot of really cool features. If you would like to go and look back at my last video, I'll link it at the end of this one to find out some more features about it. It is really great, and on it I have the Blackmagic Cam app. I absolutely love that. Like I said earlier in this video, when I was talking about my backup camera, this is what I use for my backup video camera. So I use the Nikon for photography, but if I ever need a backup of video, this is what I go to. So in my bag, I always have the gimbal. Of course, I always have my phone with me, so I should never have any issues with having to use this as a backup device. There you have it. There is most of the equipment, if not all of it, that I use on a video or a photo shoot, and I love taking all of it with me just in case anything comes up and I might need it. I appreciate you hanging out with me while my lights died. That's no big deal. We ran with it. If you liked what you saw today, don't forget to like and subscribe, or check out some more of my videos in my channel below, and I will see you next time.